Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Game, presented by TV Sports. I'm your host, Stephen Hayes, and today our guest is Diddy of the City, as he likes to call himself,
My man.
entrepreneur extraordinaire Blake Hare. Blake, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, Steve. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with me.
You know, man, always, bro, always.
I just want to get into your story and your journey.
Okay.
You've been, I mean, we connected before in the past, but
yeah.
when we connected, you were introducing your cologne line. You hadn't had it out yet. And now I know Billionaire by Confidence is your clothing brand. So your cologne is out. Clothing line is going well. You got a lot of stuff going good for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about how it started for you.
Man, bro. First thing first, it was just jumping off the porch, really. Finally, just getting everything together that I want to do. The vision that I want to stick to. The vision definitely wasn't developed over a day. I was seeing beyond because I was already in school, so I was really balancing if I really want to, kind of pursue a career being 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, or creating a life that I want to live for my life every day. So then that's what I made a decision. Like, all right, we're gonna do it, but what we gonna do? So let's figure out something that we actually like to do, so something that you actually have a passion for, so you don't see work, you know what I mean? So every day when you hustle, it's just kind of like a part of your lifestyle. That's how I look at it. It's like a lifestyle now. So like obstacles and things of that nature, I just accept it more because I know it's gonna come with the path that I'm on. It's kind of inevitable, the things that you go through. But that vision is what keeps me going because I know I can get there and I know I had the potential to get there.
So you started with the vision, which is, I don't think people, I'm not discrediting anybody, but I want people to really understand how serious that is. Like to start with the vision.
Yeah.
If you don't have a vision, you don't have no direction.
It's
you
the
don't have nowhere.
It's
you don't have nowhere to go.
It's your backbone when you don't have nobody, especially when you first starting. It's like you don't have the support or what you think that you're gonna have. You always think it's gonna be an overwhelming flow of just everything going your way, and it does not go like that at all. So to have a foundation is what you need as your backbone when there's nobody else backing you. You got to be able to back yourself. And after that, you're going to keep, it's almost like you keep just bouncing off of that. When things hit you, just keep bouncing off of that because you just know where you landing and where you really going to come from. So you have to have that. If you don't, you probably quit. You probably see the people who quit are the ones who don't have a strong foundation. And that's how I see it, honestly.
No, that's how it is. That's how it is. And you, in this game, you have to be willing to endure. You have to be willing to endure. You have to be mentally tough. You have to be able to say, you know what, no matter what, I'm gonna go get it. And that is one of the things about you that I noticed, and I could tell that you are. And let's get into BXC, Billionaire by Confidence. What sparked the name for that? What was the name? What was the thought behind that?
Yeah, so for sure the name Confidence, that's just like, I feel like that's emulating me. I'm a very confident person. I like to be someone who keeps their word and confident in what they say, standing on that. So that's where confidence came from. I thank my mom for instilling that into me. And then Billionaire is just kind of like, like the pedestal of kind of what you chase. So you may not necessarily like make $1 billion, but if you treat whatever you're trying to do for yourself as if it can make $1 billion, that's where your effort and stuff is going to come in. You want to fuel it like a billionaire, you want to fuel it like it's going to make $1 billion. Even if you don't make $1 billion, you got to keep, like you'll never be perfect. So you got to fuel yourself to just better yourself, but you'll never be perfect. So it's the same thing really right there. So then Billionaire by Confidence, and then the GOAT, the mascot, that emulates confidence. If you calling yourself the GOAT of anything, you know what it means, you know what it stands for. So wear that proudly and have that confidence in yourself. So it all kind of like ties into one thing. It is basically just being confident who you are, expressing yourself through the streetwear that I provide, and putting it together like that.
And the one thing about it, before we even jump into the Superb for men, the one thing about your clothing line is you say streetwear, but it's luxury streetwear. It's not just
I like to call it superior streetwear.
Okay, superior. Okay, I apologize. Superior streetwear. So it's not just you sitting there saying, I'm gonna just make some shirts and call it a day. No, you regardless of how the what the known level of it is,
Yeah.
it's up there with the best of them because of the quality of the product.
Exactly.
And
Got to keep
like
that quality.
superior streetwear. So what was the thought? What was the thought process for that? What made you want to make sure that you got it out there that way?
Yeah. So that's like almost the first thing that people notice. And I've always had like the highest quality of material since I started in 2016 when it comes to my clothing. So like my material really has only progressed over the years. And then the designs that come with it, it just makes everything better. When the quality is high, the design actually pops better. So it looks better on better things. You know what I mean? So I never wanted to like get into gilding or anything like that, because that's like undercutting really, really bad. That's like horrible quality. So I always wanted to keep my quality up, at least where you could wash something at least 3 to 5 times, wear it and it still look good. And that's what I always focus on. So like I'll get in samples and I like wash it myself. I wear it myself. So when people ask me questions, I actually know what I'm talking about and I can stand and live behind it because I seen it. You know what I mean? And then people feel that too. They know I'm confident in what I'm saying because I like to back up. But I like to be knowledgeable. I got to be knowledgeable with my product too. So got to know what's going on behind your product always.
And what you got a lot of stuff. I remember when we met a while back, you had just
that was like 18.
I think it was like 18.
That was 2018. Yep.
So
you fly, bro. You see,
seriously,
I was talking about that. We're working on it for 3 years, but you met me in the second year, so it's like, bro, it's here now. So it's like, man, I'm ready to just take off and just release so much product, bro. I'm trying to do the Perfume by Mother's Day, a second line, a cologne on Father's Day in the summer, and start releasing like body butters and stuff like that. I'm about to get into like the whole product stream of it, bro. It's like, I'm like hungry. I'm more hungry than ever. Like
I can tell, bro. I can tell, and I hope you keep that hunger. I'm rooting for you to keep that hunger because I'm looking at you now. Like you got the velour on, the hoodie. So what made you bring that back?
Man, the velour, the material so crazy, bro. It's just so like, it's so cozy, it's so cool. It plays off any shoes. So like all the streetwear vibes that we love, like the Yeezys, all the J's, the Off-Whites, even Wheat Tims, it play off the whole fit. So like I said, I always get my stuff in and wear it myself so I can know what I'm talking about. So I can put a fit together and it look good and it flows and it's consistent because I already seen it.
And now I'm looking, like you said, we met back at 18. That was the start of you saying, look, I'm gonna get this. And I had all the faith and the confidence in what you said, because I could tell, like you said, the confidence in your work. Now you got your coats, you got your hats, you got masks. But one of the main things for me was when you first let me smell that cologne. And I don't know if you remember my reaction, but I was just like,
hey, you was the geek, bro. You was like, man,
like, because that's for me, a lot of people in my family, that's one of the things that we do.
Okay.
We love, I'm sorry, we don't put it out there, but we love smelling good.
Yeah.
That was something that I was just like, man, I said, this is it. This smell like some stuff you walk into Macy's and you just gonna buy.
Yeah, for real.
So, for real. What was the fight behind getting that together, man? Like, how did that come about?
To actually come up on a fragrance, like what I like to come on the one I want to choose. So, I just like got samples in over time. So I probably, smelled about like 30 or 40 samples. Smelled so many samples one night, got high off samples. Don't even know what I was smelling anymore. So I picked out like a top 10. Came back to it like a couple of days later, like when my nose was okay. Picked like a top 10. And I started like walking around just like my friends and just getting a sample, like letting them smell it. And, what do you choose out of 1 through 10? I had it labeled on the 2 milliliter samples. And I'll just check it off in my note what they would vote for. And Superb was sample 5. And that was the one I wanted to choose, what I want to go with. But of course, I got to get different people's opinions. And if you actually read up on fragrances, everything smells different to people. So like what emotion the smell evokes from you is different from the next person too as well. So like how you might see it in Macy's, another person might see it in Nordstrom's, or another person might see themselves taking a girl out on a date, eating shrimp and lobster with a red wine cup. You know what I mean? So what a fragrance does for the human mind is actually pretty amazing. So I studied into that too, because I wanted something to pull from me. So when I smelled Superb, it made me feel like luxury. Like I should be somewhere wearing this, where I walk past and people say, what you got on? You know what I mean? So that's how I landed on Superb, and running it with the samples of people helped a lot too with the decision making. And then I finally just picked that. Then after that, it was time to make the bottle. Then after that, after making, I scratched the first bottle. It just wasn't strong enough. So like, all right, so you think about all the pictures I post and stuff, you can't smell like Superb through my pictures on Instagram, right?
Right.
But if I can create something that looks crazy,
bring that in a little. Bring that in a little.
And then when you see it, you feel me? And then when you see it, it's just something that you say, I gotta have that. I want to have that. I need to have that. Even if it doesn't smell good, it's just something that you want to have. And then when you get it, punch you in the mouth when they actually smell good. So now I'm winning in two areas of it: marketing and then the delivery of my product. Everything is how it's supposed to be. So I'm really happy for it. I'm proud of it that it's here after 3 years. Put together a great marketing team. I love them to death. Man, they was with me when I ain't really had no money. So it took me a minute to pay them. They was working with me, all type of stuff, man. They gonna be riding with me too. Like on the next campaign, I'm getting them all again. I'm staying with the same people. I don't forget stuff like that. So I feel like as this rises, I want their careers to rise and what they special at with me. You know what I mean? So that was heartfelt for me that they did that, because they ain't had to. You know how some people usually are, you know.
Absolutely.
What they wanted when they got ahead. And I understand that that's cool. But sometimes you come across people who really help you and they really there to uplift you and give you that stepping stone. And I feel like those people that I met were the people for me in my business that helped me, because without them, I don't even know what I could have created with my campaign, the commercial or the model shoots, the ideas, the everything.
I learned over time that, and the only reason I'm bringing this up because you're really the definition of it. I learned over time that you don't necessarily have to have the money to pay somebody.
Yeah.
But if you can give them hope,
yeah,
in what you're doing, and if you can help them, if they believe in you and you help them see the bigger picture, then the money won't ever matter. It's going to be, I'm a part of this.
Right. Exactly.
So like I feel you like you said, you got a great marketing team, or you along with your marketing team, y'all are part of history, because nobody does this out here. Nobody's out here putting colognes out unless you've already
That's big. I appreciate that.
Established. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that. So for you to do that, now let's take it to the next level. You brought the commercial, which was a whole nother level. And you dropped the commercial. I saw the commercial. I'm like, man, I said, okay. I said, that's another lane for me right there. So how did that come about? That was something you always wanted to do?
Like, man, bro, it was just like learning and studying stuff. So like, of course I got to look up, you know, like what Chanel Blue was doing, Savage Dior, Gucci Guilty, Bond Number 9, what else out there? Creed, YSL. I got to look at what they're doing because they already are in the market. So when I'm looking at them, I got to look at them as a consumer. What ties me to this brand, and why do I want to smell it? I still can't smell it through the screen. We still giving off the same stuff. So what are they doing to get their brand at such a successful level with fragrance? And they have many commercials, short snippets of just showing what their product like exemplifies. So like sophistication or sexiness or being beautiful, whatever it is, they'll show short snippets of it, have like a superstar actor in it, you know, like Johnny Depp was in the Savage Dior one. And then that's how they project it. So now it's like Johnny Depp is tied to Savage Dior. I want to go get it because of Johnny Depp, for those who like Johnny Depp. And then you got the people Gucci Guilty. Their commercials are kind of like 70s, but it's all Gucci down, washer room. It just looks fun. So Gucci Guilty just looks like it's a fun smell. You know what I mean? So that's what I got from it as a consumer. And that's my thinking though. Somebody else could have taught their whole way of thinking when they saw Gucci Guilty's campaign commercial. So with my commercial, I wanted to give off something that for Superb, I wanted people to think like, what does it pull out of you? Does it make you feel strong? Does it make you feel like you can go get that girl? Do you feel like that's where you need to be when you wear that, and that's the only place you should be in an upper echelon type of vibe? Like, what does it do for you? What does that commercial pull out of you? And that is what has to create the purchase. And that's what those other brands did with theirs by having it on websites. They're creating a purchase, an impulse purchase. So it's kind of hard, and it does get expensive because you have to continuously have high quality content to make somebody buy something that they can't even smell. So then that's when I start offering the samples, like, just another way to kind of just get it out and still have a way where people can talk about it and have this. They can even have it for a couple of months. It's 2 milliliters. It's a good little, I got some over there, but that still be too much for me to grab. But they're a good little, just a dab on
Right.
it. It'll last you some time for sure. And at least by the time by the end of it or through it, you telling somebody or you coming to buy a full bottle. So I can live with that. And I kind of picked up on that because it's like, what's another way I can get it out without them making the full purchase? Because you really can't smell it. So, and I'm not in the mall, so I am in a store, but I'm not in the mall in the big department store with that all set up yet. That's a goal later on down the line, but got to work with what you got and create from that space. And that's what you got to do.
Now, you said you hope to drop the women's perfume line on Mother's Day, right? Mm-hmm. And then another on Father's Day for the men.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, was this something that when you dropped the Superb for men, mm-hmm. was it something that you automatically said, "Oh, I got to do a woman next," or was it the feedback that made you want to go with the women next?
It kind of went hand in hand for sure. I did have the idea to want to do it just because I wanted to create like a cosmetics whole like area. So the feedback from women after they would purchase, it was purchased for their boyfriends, their husbands, fiancés, all type of vibes that I wanted, and they liked it. So they like you got to make a women's when the perfume coming. I'm ready for it. So that kind of like, of course, gives more confidence to I could do this. I can drop a perfume. And then really from everything that I dropped in this first campaign from Superb, I've learned more and I've grown more in what angles and stuff to take in marketing. So everything is going to always be elevated to the next level because I'm always trying to pick apart what can be better right here. And if I can find what can be better, we about to make that little piece better, that 2 second or that 1 second or that different angle, whatever it might be to make it better. We about to do that right now on this next one. Even though this still look good, but we about to do it on this next. We about to make it better. Try to get better every day. Like it's a little piece at a time. Go forward every day.
And you mentioned earlier, you're a firm believer in knowing everything about your product, knowing everything about what's going on in your product. Mm-hmm. Now, now that you got your clothing line, mm-hmm. successful with that, you become successful at the cologne, with the fragrance, mm-hmm. so you have that out. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed anybody coming up to you and just wanting some advice or anything like that mm-hmm. to help them? And that may not be the same journey, but just mm-hmm. to help them, period, with some confidence. Start their journey.
In the past like 2 weeks, I probably helped like 3 people get their LLC. I got like a little homie, my little mentee homie. He trying to drop a clothing brand in the spring or the summer. I've been talking to him too. And a lot of people, they just reach out and just kind of just want like just any type of guidance. And I always try to be genuine in my responses and give them that because I feel like if you felt in your heart to reach out to me, whether you know me or not, or even as halfway is cool with me, if you thought that I would give you a response, I feel like I could give you that. I feel like that there's nothing wrong with that because you don't want to be on the receiving end. You know what I mean? I know how it feels to not get a response when you're actually looking for help. You know what I mean? So I try to just give out what I would feel and what I would do for the next person, even if they wouldn't return it for me. That's just for me. I'm not about to let nobody take me on my character or nothing like that. So.
And lastly, man, I want to know what words if you could think of some, it don't matter what you want to say, mm-hmm. but I just need you to leave some words of encouragement for the younger generation, for anybody out there wanting to be a doctor, lawyer, actor, whatever the case may be. What words of encouragement could you leave with them?
The biggest thing I would say is you have to focus on building the self-value within yourself before you expect the world from everybody. I feel like when you create self-value and people want to bring you into places, they want you at the table, they want you around this, they want you around that. You did that yourself. These people aren't contacting you or wanting you to be around for no reason. Like you're building that self-value in yourself. So you can't expect handouts. You can't expect anybody to build that for you either. It's self-value. So how do you do that? You stay focused on the parts of your life that you can make better, whether it is a doctor, lawyer, 9 to 5, basketball player, whatever it is that you may want to be in life, you have to always just keep self-valuing yourself, because that's going to keep you attractive for the whole stint of the career that you are pursuing. And I feel like that's how you stay fresh too. You keep building your self-value, that means you keep getting better. So that it puts you in different rooms and you start having conversations with different people and you start coming across different opportunities. You're like, where's all this coming from? It's because you've been working hard on yourself. So it's coming to you because of the value that you are projecting out into the world. So before you expect anything from anybody, when you first jump off the porch, for all entrepreneurs, just make sure you never quit and always work on yourself every day, because that will build your brand's respect. I'm in my 5th year. I would honestly say my brand respect came last year right at the end of 2018. When I say brand respect, I mean like consistent orders or something always happening in a positive way. Like every day I'm doing something. Like I'm busy every day, and I got a 9-to-5 right now. So on my lunch, I'm running moves. I'm doing my own thing that I need to do. I'm coming back to work late if I have to. You know what I mean? Like that's not really my passion to be forever. So I've always put my business first. So now I'm busy every day. I got something to do every single day, to the point people really ask me, what you got up today, bro? I know you got something up. Like, it's like that now. Before they ask me to do anything, it's like, what you got to do today? That's what they really ask. So it's like everything has transitioned into a way that I want it to go, because this is what I'm working towards and the vision that I want for myself. And the things that's coming behind that is the value that I'm building in myself, which is putting me in better connections in better areas. I'm building myself. You think when I come to people, like we come into Ebony, Baller Alert, Channel 4, I'm not coming to them with like something that if it came across my desk, I would not respect it. You know what I mean? So you got to put yourself in these people's shoes and not even take things to heart. But first, check yourself. Cut into yourself. It's nothing wrong with cutting into yourself. You have to be straight with yourself. Tell yourself, is this product good enough to go across this table or this company or this influencer or whoever you're trying to target? And if it is, what they gonna do with it when they get it?
Boy, I appreciate that, man. Seriously, that's some great words of encouragement. And I want to touch on one more thing.
Yeah.
You were in Essence, right?
Ebony.
I'm sorry, yeah. Ebony Magazine. Mm-hmm. Ebony Magazine. What was that moment like for you?
Man, bro, that was huge. That's a legendary Black-owned, you know what I mean? That's 75-year anniversary. Like, I'm on the same page as Bevel, that's owned by Nas and Christian Walker. I'm on the same screen as Savage Fenty, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's huge for me. And it was so like, I got the goosebumps, you know, I'm telling all my family and my mom and stuff like that. So like, that was a huge moment for me. But that goes back to like the brand value and self-value that you build into yourself. Like, if that wasn't coming across their desk as something that they would have wanted to do, that would have never been there. But I really felt that it's on that level. Like, and we trying to attack Essence next, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm feeling confident that these places are going to look at this and not look away, because I put the work is there. When you see it, it's work, you know what I mean? So, but that was huge though. We going to bigger, higher. That was 2020. So we trying to climb higher in 21. So that was last year, but that was a good moment though, for sure.
Absolutely, man. And we wish you nothing but the best here, man. And bro, just leave your website, leave where they can find you, where they can purchase your cologne, where they can purchase your clothes. Drop everything, man.
Gotcha. Said drop everything, whole spiel. So my personal page is Blake or BH. You can follow me on Instagram. My clothing brand for BXC is BXC Superior Streetwear. Superb for Men's Instagram is Superb for Men. Superb for Men's website is www.superbformen.com. BXC's website is www.bxcwehere.com. And yeah, you can find Superb in stores downtown Ferndale at Cordial Expressions. It is in stores. We also have a couple of candles down there too as well in Metro Detroit if you're in the area. Big goal this year is definitely to get across the 50 states. I want to get into like 5 different states before 21 in somebody retail store or anything. So big goals, and we're going to crush them all. I wish everybody the best. Prosperous year. Stay safe.
Blake Hare, Stephen Hayes, Beyond the Game. We out. Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro.